Hey guys, it's your boy APT Songs here, and I'm back once again with another review. This time it's for Dave Chappelle's new comedy special on Netflix, The Closer. And this is called The Closer because this is a bookend to all the other specials that he's done for Netflix over the past 2 or 3 years. And so I saw the special today. And, I've been a fan of Dave Chappelle since back when Killing Him Softly came out back in, I think it was like 99 or 2000. And what I liked about that special at the time was he was saying some provocative stuff, but he was also varying up the content some and making some jokes that were like on the nose strong with, jokes that were just about random, funny, silly stuff. And he had a kind of lighthearted humorness about him. And so with these Netflix specials, I've liked the Netflix specials that have come out, but I have noticed over time that he starts kind of sticking to, I guess, his comfort zone and in the same realm of topics. And that's not the worst thing in the world, except for the fact that things are constantly coming up that there are to talk about. But the big thing that he's had to talk about time and time again on these specials is his relationship with the LGBTQ plus community and the transgender community at large. And so because he's gotten pushback on previous specials for the parts of those specials where he talked about them, he felt it necessary for this final special to address it. And it's not that he addresses it in parts. It's like, no, all of this special is basically him addressing the previous specials, what his relationship is with the LGBTQ community and the trans community, and making a lot of jokes about it. Like, if you enjoy nonstop jokes about gay people, about trans people, about how they feel about him and yada, 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 that is what most of this hour and 12-minute special is going to be. And so I sat there watching it. On one hand, it's like the parts, there were times in the special where it was definitely funny and hilarious. But having watched it and been able to sit with it for a little bit, I realized that a lot of that's just because he's saying stuff that's shocking to where it's like, oh, nobody else would say this. Oh my God, it's so shocking. But in looking at it, it just seems like he's running on fumes. Like, it seems like he's telling some of the same similar style of jokes that he's told in the past about lesbians and gay people and trans people, et cetera, et cetera. And during the special, he's trying to make this point about how gay people and trans people are treated like a minority, but minorities are still treated like minorities. And if it comes to a point where a gay person is feeling threatened, they can turn on the, oh, I'm white card or whatever. But the minority person, the black person, the Asian person, whatever, still can't. And it's not to say that I don't agree with these points that he's making, but it's just that, again, it seems like he's really adamant about trying to protect himself and push back against years of being called transphobic and gayphobic and all this other stuff. And it's just that I miss the Dave Chappelle that could talk about a multitude of subjects. I mean, think about the year we've had. It's been COVID. It's been an election. It's been the Capitol riot. It's been the Asian stuff happening. All these things that happened in the last year that he could be riffing on. And he decides to go solely, for the most part, at the gay community at large and the trans community. And it just made for a watch that was like, again, it's Dave Chappelle, so it's going to still be funny. But I was just looking at it like, could he please talk about anything else? Like, after the first 20 minutes where he went on and on about gay people and how they, said he was transphobic and gayphobic and yada, 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 I was like, okay, I get it. You feel some kind of way about how they viewed you. That's fine. Can we move on to something else about politics, about your family, about anything else? And it just seemed to stay on this ride of, I'm going to keep talking and proving to you guys why I'm not transphobic. And I met a person that was a trans person, and I let them open up for me on stage and yada, yada, yada. Then they ended up killing themselves because this is that. And because the trans people came after that person for trying to defend me, and yet, like, can we just talk about anything else? To be fair, at the end of the special, he says that he's going to swear off telling gay jokes and trans jokes, but he says it in a way where it's like he's going to do that because he feels as though they need to come to the table and talk with black people about how they're going to be as a minority, and until that happens, he's not going to make jokes. And I'm like, but why does it have to be the stipulation for you to stop doing that? You could just stop. Like, Eminem said the F word for years and then just suddenly just stop doing it. Like, that's a fine way to do that without having to like make a whole special where you're doing it for an hour and 12 minutes, then say, and now I'm going to stop. And that just kind of, for me, didn't make the special as enjoyable as it could have been. So I would say for this one, you're probably going to watch it because of Dave Chappelle, but this is definitely not one of his better specials. And I hope to God that now he's not going to tell these kind of jokes anymore. He gets back to like doing what it is best, which is poking fun at other things in society that are wrong, and also being a little bit more jovial. Like, he seemed very defensive in this special, and I missed the Dave of old where he was being jovial and, still being poignant, but also seemingly having fun with it versus just trying to go in attack mode all the time. So that's my 2 cents on the special. Let me know what you thought about it. Do you think there were too many trans jokes, too many gay jokes in there? Do you wish you talked about something else? Or were you totally fine with what was going on? Let me know in the comment section. And let me know what else you want me to review, and I'll take a look at it and review it. That's all I got. I'm ABT Songs. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.